We gon' talk about the old, young, smart, dumb. Let me show you where I'm coming from. You better tell them or I will.
Yo, check this out, man. You better tell them or I will. I was invited by one of my friends from recovery to his wife's birthday. And I might have shared this with y'all before, but it was like, you know, all these married couples at the table. Probably was 10 to 12 couples, right? And man, straight adult, right? We had a great time, great lunch. And my man sent it around the table asking, at our current age, everybody in between the 50 and the 60 decade, right? Or 50 and made it, the oldest one might have been 62. No, I'm sorry. It was the wife's mother who was the elder at the table. And my man had asked, what would we do different, if anything, in our lives? And it kind of, you know, went around the table, and, you know, some people said they would take care of their finance. They would have went to school, you know, all these different things. And it got to me. And if I was to change anything about my life, which is super good, I would have listened more to the elders and put what they was telling me into practical application. But I'm pleased with my life. I'm grateful to the power that created me, that I'm here right now. Make no mistake about that. But if I did something different, it would be listening to the elders, the one that have already been up the road. Okay? Why are you talking about this, Sean? Because I went to a recovery marathon and I did my part in it, and I roll out. And as I'm about, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes away from where, you know, where the marathon was being held, my phone start to bang. And people calling me talking about these younger people in recovery is talking about what we call old timers. So one of my teachers was still in that building. So I called him back. I said, hey, bro, I need to come back up there. Word is, it's getting loud over there. And this dude, I hope his ass sit in front of the camera one day. And his right-hand man is riding with me. So he say, nah, they just need to keep coming back and let them share what they need to share. And my man say, with your own nice ass, right? Because we ready to flip the car around and go back and straighten it out. I'm saying that to say, man, and granted, dummies do get old too. But when you see someone that is doing it, that you always see smiling, they never complaining, your face don't wrinkle when they come around, you want to listen to them, man. And if it is a dummy that has gotten older that's talking to you, then you will know what not to do. But to disrespect the ones that came before you, it don't need to happen. And it's not going to happen if I'm in the room. Right? Because number one, you not them. That's number one. You not them. You're not even old. Right? So what did it take and what did they go through to get to where they at? That's what I want to know. Right? So as you moving, and it's no coincidence they calling the older cats unc and auntie. This the same family, man. You not getting to talk crazy to your uncle. You damn sure not going to talk crazy to your grandmother. And I'm experiencing this over the weekend because some young cats came to my house to visit with my daughter. I said, yeah, no problem. I bought them food, laid it all out for them, man. Y'all enjoy yourself. I'm going to my meet. When I pulled back up, Ma, the garage open. I'm thinking I done left my garage open, you know, for the 5-6 hours I've been gone. So when I, you know, make it around the curve and shit, I see the queen. And I'm like, oh, She's standing in front of the garage. Cool. I get out the car. She's shaking and fired up. I ain't seen my wife this fired up since I wrecked a motorcycle drunk. I mean, she on fire. I said, what's happening? I kicked him out. You kicked who out? Everybody. I'm like, what? I don't want to be the one that say these young people don't get it. Me and my man Maul was having a conversation, or for the educated people, we were conversing prior to rolling footage, right? Or creating content, as they call it. And we were talking about how dope our children are and what they doing as young adults, right? But some of them, they not getting it. Now, at the time of this recording, I'm 51. My OG that's recording is 56. Just give you an example how I came up. When the LA riots was cracking in 92, I'm what? 17. And I'm ready to go get in the riot. And they told me, sit your ass down right here. We ain't going nowhere. That's OGs I grew up with. We're not going to that. Okay? Sit your ass down. Literally, that's what they told me. Sit your ass down. We not going to LA. Give you another example. They said, you cannot come back over here again until you have a job. That was the first time I had a job. I was 16 when they told me that. So some would say I'm lucky or whatever you want to call it, but that's how I came up. And when coming up in our circle, in our crew, it was certain crew member homes that you knew what to do and what you was not going to do when you was at said home. One of my partners lived in a city called Diamond Bar. And you knew when you parked the car and you are walking up to that house, you pull your pants up and all the coolness that you think you have better be in check. Because when the man of that house opened the door, right? But these two young brothers that came over to my house, how they say it, Ma? I don't know who the fuck raised them. I really don't. To where my wife saw something that is unacceptable. So she kicked them all out. Maybe one day she'll come on and share what happened. Needless to say, my daughter had to pay the price. And it wasn't that bad, but it was disrespectful to my wife. But it was a teaching moment for my daughter. Teach your children some respect, man. And I told my daughter, whatever little boys you like, and people laugh when I say this, but I'm serious. I'm so serious. Ask the boy who his parents' favorite music artist is. If they say any rapper, I don't give a fuck who it is. If it is a rapper or an MC, do not bring him to this house. And y'all know I'm hip hop. If it ain't a soul artist, huh? Aretha, Patty, Sam Cooke, Al Green, Earth, Wind and Fire, Gap Band, fucking Willie Nelson, Rolling Stones, something, don't bring them to this house. And evidently these little boys' parents' favorite artist is one of these rappers. Because they didn't even have enough decency to get hugged up outside, Ma. They didn't even go outside. Go your ass to the park. Do something other than in my house. And I told my daughter, I say, you lucky that I would have to go to my meeting. Because if mama would have yelled anything, I'd have probably hurt them little boys. I'd have definitely scared the shit out of them to where they don't even want to come around again. But it is a disconnect somewhere. And it's not a great big disconnect, right? But something has changed to where our younger people think they know every goddamn thing. And it's no big deals. Well, it's some big deals. Because the smallest misunderstanding could get your ass tore off. Y'all see it. Y'all watch the news. Put your head down. Oh, that's sad. Huh? That's sad. And don't think that it can't happen to you. I'm clear it could happen to me. I'm very clear on that. Check this out. My wife has a friend that lives in our community, right? And she has a hell of a story. But she has 2 sons. And when they were younger, they was over at the house for our son's birthday. And one of them little brothers said to me, Mr. Porter, can I go upstairs? And I looked at that little brother and I said, brother, you go anywhere you want in this house just from the way you asked. Feel free. Then their mother went to Japan and asked if they could stay with us. They will get themselves up and get them to the bus and all of this, that, and the other, right? So these little brothers, I say, absolutely, I got it. You want me to drive them to school? They was like, nah, they'll get up and get on the bus. So showing up, these little brothers get up, they get on the bus, boom, boom. They are brothers and they're probably about 2 years apart, right? And they play violins and cellos and the pianos and athletic and all of that, right? Okay, boom. So they get up the next day, they gone. Then I get up, get my daughter up. We ready to go to school and shit. And Ma, where they slept in the room downstairs, the blankets are folded and set neat. I'm like, bruh, I want to take them to the barbershop to show some manners and etiquette. This is years ago. They're the same age as our youngest son. Yes, not yesterday, Thursday. I'm not sure what day you're watching this, but Thursday of said week, I'm in the garage working with a sponsee going over some 12-step work, and the youngest of them is walking his dog. And we see each other. I'm like, yo, man, what's up? He like, hey, Mr. Porter, good to see you. Huh? Stone cold alcoholic being called Mr. Porter. Something to change. And little dude dapped me. And he just got back from Germany. Been in school in Germany. These are little young brothers. They play water polo. Huh? Water polo. You know what type of endurance you have to have? Anyway, we talking and, the degrees I dap him and everything and woo, woo, woo. And my man says, Mr. Porter, when you drove me to work that day, you told me something and I still use it today. He said about 4 or 5 years ago. He said, when you drove me to work, I was walking and I said, yeah. And he said, you picked me up and gave me a ride. And you said, early is on time is late, and late is not acceptable. He say, I've been using that. Boy, I had to cut him loose, Ma. I said, right, man, good to see you, because that goddamn pollen and shit got in my eyes, my allergies started messing. Huh? So the young people was out there listening, man. But see, his mama ain't no joke. She ain't rude, ain't no thug or nothing like that, but it's just certain things that have to happen. Don't walk in the presence of adults and not greet them. Period. Non-negotiable. But listen to what I said, though. He just got back from Germany going to school. Go watch the other videos. I told you, don't be ignorant. Don't let only the music educate you. Go learn about etiquette. It's okay. Because not only are your children watching, someone is always watching. I didn't know that was going to hit the little brother like that. Huh? But here it is. He back, ripped to the nines, too. Little bitty brother, ain't all, just in shape, man, walking his dog. I ain't seen him in years. But something I told him he utilized, right? Teach your children to have respect for people, places, and things. Because you don't want your phone to ring with no bad news. I know I don't want mine. And as I shared with my daughter, you the motherfucker sitting here. I say, they gone. They done went on to the next house. Huh? Your name is your name. Keep it clean. You don't want no labels on you, man. Teach your children to respect those that have come before them. Period. Get the door for the elder. Get the water. While you're at the family event, you scanning while you doing your thing, and you see that elder reach for some water or look like they need some water or look like they need a napkin, a fork, I don't give a damn. Go get it. Go get it. You should be in tune with the environment so you know what they need before they even know they need it. You could ask about me, home. I sit in my meetings and I'm watching the ones that made it happen so I could be at a meeting. I see the women look down in their purse and look around. Boom, here go the napkin. Huh? I see the one that need the water. I got the water for him. I crack the seal on it. Let them know I'm cracking the seal. Huh? Here you go. These children, because see, etiquette and behavior is not being taught in the American school system right now, at least in the state of California, the schools that I've observed, okay, or been privy to. It's just too much looseness. You can see in the dress code, man, our children are wearing pajamas to school. Some of the teachers, and I'm not that far removed from school, Ma, but my teachers was dressed like business dressed. Shirts, ties, skirts past the knee, blouse. When the last time you heard somebody say, "Ooh, I just bought a new blouse," or blouse, however the hell you say? You don't even know what I'm talking about. You ain't even heard the word. So it's a little bit of loosey-goosey going on, man. Look at the motherfuckers using guns. And I hate to be on one this long, but look at the kids using guns. Now, that's a whole nother debate. But Sean grew up in Louisiana where uncles had 30-30 action rifles at the top of their van with 357s and all the rest of this shit. But Sean knew not to play with a gun. Sean knows. Do not pull a gun out unless you're getting ready to bang. So it ain't no brandishing shit on TV, on camera. You don't want people to know you got a gun. That's how tucked the gun need to be, because when it come out, it's too late. Somebody gonna get their ass tore off. Y'all better go listen to them young bloods from the Attic crew. Huh? Where my man say the gun barrel hanging by his balls. And if it's called for, I'm going to pull it out and tear a nigga ass off. But that's if it's called for. But anyway, man, I done got on one. Some etiquette, some respect, some upright behavior is a necessity. It is a necessity, man, because this right here, this ain't cool. It ain't cool. It ain't cool to talk about the elderly. It's not cool to talk back to teachers. Because most of the time, when the kids say, don't disrespect me, I guarantee you, they have not looked the word up. Because you're talking to an alcoholic. You're listening to an alcoholic that felt oh so disrespected prior to recovery. 17 years sober at the time of this video. I ain't been disrespected in 17 years. Why? Because I haven't disrespected myself. You better tell them or I will. Thank you for listening. Thank you for allowing me to get on one. But teach your goddamn kids. I love y'all, man. Thank you.
Have a deep conversation, probably reach across the nation. I'm getting to the point, be patient. Tell them or I will. You better tell them or I will. You better tell them, yeah. You are now tuned in to the #1 podcast on the internet. Sean P. You better tell them.